He didn't say a word. No interviews, no post-race quotes, not even a smile. Just one moment, Lewis Hamilton, head down, quietly wiping away tears beneath his helmet after the Spanish Grand Prix. To casual fans, it looked like frustration. But for those who've followed his every move, it felt different. Something broke that day in Barcelona. Not just the race plan, but the carefully managed silence. Hamilton isn't just battling for podiums anymore. He's wrestling with a machine that refuses to reflect who he is. And when Ferrari's team boss spoke of invisible upgrades, it wasn't only about carbon fibre, it was a warning. Behind closed doors, Ferrari's future is being rewritten, not through flashy media campaigns, but through whispered meetings and quiet rebellion. The question no one dares ask out loud: has Hamilton already decided to walk away? After the Spanish Grand Prix, something happened that didn't fit the usual script. While other drivers spoke to media, celebrated or explained failures, Hamilton vanished. No press conference, no words, just silence. But cameras caught one detail: his eyes red, his gloved hand wiping a tear as he sat inside the cockpit. This wasn't just about finishing sixth, it was the breaking point of months of tension. For Hamilton, the dream of driving for Ferrari was never about nostalgia, it was about legacy. And now that legacy feels like it's being smothered by bureaucracy, slow decisions, and a car that resists his instincts. When Fred Vasseur later hinted at invisible changes for 2025, most assumed it was technical. But to insiders, it sounded personal. Hamilton isn't waiting anymore, he's evaluating. How long can a world champion keep giving everything to a machine that refuses to meet him halfway? This wasn't a tantrum, it was a signal, and Ferrari would be foolish to miss it. What Hamilton is missing at Ferrari isn't just a fast car, it's a voice. At Mercedes, Toto Wolff didn't just manage the garage, he managed Hamilton's fire. He knew when to push and when to protect, when to speak and when to let silence do the talking. In Maranello, that emotional intelligence doesn't exist. Fred Vasseur is competent, but he's no strategist of the soul. He's navigating decades of internal politics, sponsor demands, and tradition. And through that maze, Hamilton is starting to feel like an outsider. Insiders say the emotional glue that once held Mercedes together is missing at Ferrari. And without it, Hamilton isn't just alone, he's exposed. What Ferrari brought in wasn't just a driver, it was a symbol, a storm, a global figure with expectations far beyond the racetrack. If Vasseur can't become the anchor Hamilton once had in Toto, then this partnership may already be unraveling. Trust isn't just built in data rooms, it lives in body language, in shared looks, in knowing someone's fighting for you. And right now, Hamilton's not sure anyone is. When Fred Vasseur told the media that some upgrades won't be visible, it sounded like throwaway engineer talk. But in the paddock, it raised eyebrows. Because in Ferrari, very little is said without layers of meaning. Sources close to the team suggest that what Vasseur really meant were changes happening deep inside the SF25, below the floor, in areas like under-tray dynamics and internal aerodynamics. These aren't things fans see on TV, but they change how a car breathes, turns, and behaves. Why does this matter? Because Hamilton has been the one bending himself to fit the machine, modifying his style, adjusting inputs, sacrificing corner speed just to keep the rear stable. And that's not what champions are built to do. Champions shape the car, not the other way around. If Ferrari is now quietly reworking the car to suit Hamilton's rotation-heavy style, then this isn't just a technical shift, it's a political one. It means Ferrari is finally admitting who their real leader is. And when a team starts moulding the machine to fit the man, it's no longer just chasing results, it's preparing for war. Shanghai should have been the turning point. Hamilton won the sprint, started on pole, and claimed his first Ferrari victory, even if it wasn't a full Grand Prix. It was supposed to be the headline moment, but instead of celebration, there was silence. No wild social media posts, no roaring press releases, just nothing. Why? Because Charles Leclerc finished 8th, and worse, Ferrari was later disqualified from the main race due to a technical breach. What should have been Hamilton's rebirth turned into a quiet burial. Inside the garage, he wasn't angry about the rules. He was furious about the missed opportunity. He reportedly challenged the team directly, asking why a moment this significant was allowed to slip through their fingers. That's when something changed. Hamilton stopped being the guest star and began reshaping the team in his image. No fireworks, no fights, just quiet, surgical precision. That's how great revolutions begin. Out of frustration, behind closed doors. After Barcelona, only one radio message leaked. If we improve qualifying, we'll be winning. It wasn't said in anger. It wasn't hopeful either. It was strategic. A loaded sentence that placed the blame without naming names. Hamilton knows Ferrari's Saturday weakness has been haunting them for years. And this wasn't a plea, it was a challenge. Fix this flaw and I'll deliver the rest. Data backs him up. Telemetry shows he excels in unstable setups, brake zones, and corner entries where others hesitate. The current SF25, however, demands caution. It punishes instinct. That's not how Hamilton races. He's adapted, but every adaptation is a compromise. A slower entry here, a tighter throttle there. Every fraction of a second lost is a piece of momentum surrendered. If Ferrari delivers the upgrades that let Hamilton unleash his instincts instead of restraining them, this isn't just a better car, it's a signal that they've finally chosen their driver. Despite the public unity, Ferrari remains a team divided. Hamilton may be the face of change, but not everyone inside Maranello wants change. Some engineers still view him as a guest, a powerful guest, but not one of their own. Leclerc, meanwhile, has been the heart of Ferrari's recent strategy. He grew with the team, he fits their mould. But now, Hamilton's presence is casting shadows across departments, decisions and designs. An insider recently revealed that there's an ongoing tug-of-war over who the 2025 car should truly serve. Some want to protect Leclerc's comfort zone. Others argue Hamilton's feedback is Ferrari's best chance at evolution. And Fred Vasseur, he's trying to walk both lines, supporting both camps, saying the right things, while hoping the stopwatch tells the final truth. But time is running out. In Formula One, results speak louder than loyalty. And right now, one man is getting more out of less. There's a quiet pattern emerging that Ferrari seems unwilling to confront. In sprint races, Hamilton thrives. In full Grand Prix, he struggles. The reason? Setup philosophy. In sprints, the car runs lighter, more aggressive, and closer to Hamilton's preferred style. That's when his magic appears. Late braking, sharp rotation, precise exits. But on Sundays, the heavier load and long-run configurations dull his edge. Ferrari's setup prioritizes rear-end security and long-run stability, an approach that, according to insiders, was designed more around Leclerc's style. But that approach forces Hamilton to hesitate in traffic, to back off in corners, to tame his instincts. In China's sprint, he danced with the car. In Spain's Grand Prix, he fought it. That contrast isn't coincidence, it's a red flag. Ferrari has unintentionally built a machine that fits the wrong format for the wrong driver. If they don't fix this in 2025, Hamilton won't wait around for 2026. This isn't just about cars, it's about identity. Hamilton didn't join Ferrari to play politics or survive off nostalgia. He came to build something new, a legacy beyond the trophies. A system that could outlast even him. But a system needs belief, and that belief is eroding. Yes, the upgrades are coming. Yes, there are signs the car is shifting toward his style. But emotionally, Ferrari is still fractured. Every ignored radio message, every muted celebration, every vague press statement, it all adds up. Hamilton is willing to fight with the wrong tools, but he's not willing to waste years waiting for a team to believe in him the way Mercedes once did. He didn't come to be part of the old Ferrari. He came to reshape it. And if the team isn't willing to be reshaped, then the legend they're chasing may slip through their fingers before the real work ever begins. So here we are, at the edge of something big, yet eerily quiet. Ferrari's silence after Shanghai wasn't just about a missed post, it might have been a message. Hamilton's comments about qualifying weren't complaints, they were challenges. And Vasseur's cryptic upgrades, they weren't just mechanical, they were symbolic. Right now, Ferrari is walking a tightrope between old loyalty and new potential, between tradition and transformation. If they continue to build a car that restricts instead of unleashes, they're not just risking Hamilton's performance, they're risking losing him completely. And if that happens, the echoes won't fade quietly. The paddock is watching, the media is waiting. And Hamilton, he's calculating. The time for pretending is over. So we ask you, who should Ferrari build around in 2025? Can Leclerc and Hamilton really share the same dream, or is a split inevitable? Drop your thoughts below. Your comment is more than opinion, it's pressure. And trust us, the paddock hears everything.